Liverpool fan in Japan.
Hello YouTube, Liverpool fan in Japan here, the Miyazaki man Sai, and today I'm going to be using a new Shure mic. Let me know how it sounds in the comments below. But let's do the international roundup of the LFC lads on tour. Right, they've gone on international duty and Connor Bradley wore the armband again. What an honour. This really is a team full of captains. Absolutely loving it. Andy Robertson, Scottish captain as well, on international duty. It's good to get some minutes in his legs. Kostas Tsimikas missed out the fixture against England because he had pharyngitis, apparently, which is a sore throat. Needs to get some strepsils, mate. We love Kostas Tsimikas, the Greek scows. Actually, illness has been going around, right? So Darwin Núñez was ill, Kelleher was ill and missed the last fixture, which is why Yaros managed to get his debut as well. So it's that time of the season. The weather is changing. Definitely need to transition onto the meds, get that vitamin C into the body. Keep well, everyone. Speaking of Andy Robertson, Scotland, they were against Portugal. So it was our lads against each other. Ben Doki Doke back on the comeback trail, playing for Middlesbrough right now on loan, showing glimpses and hints of promise right there. He's got fantastic dribbling. We know about that. It's about getting the end product, getting that crossing on point, getting power in his shots away, scoring some goals, right? Making some goals too. But he played just over 60 minutes, as did Diogo Jota, who also played just over 60 minutes. Speaking of captains, Jero Kwanzaa is England under-21 captain as well. And they beat Azerbaijan 7-0, right? They have qualified top of their group for next year's European Championships. Jero Kwanzaa, one in the Van Dijk mould in the making as well. Signed a new long-term contract. Delighted, absolutely delighted for the lad. And the future looks bright with England's young lions. Speaking of which, Tomas Tuchel taking over the England manager's role. What do you think of that? Let me know in the comments below as well. It's all about the end result. It doesn't matter Germans in the hot seat. I've got no allegiance there, right? So I just want England to do well and win, especially if you can utilise Trent Alexander-Arnold. Jordan Henderson's out of the picture already, but we have loads of lads. Trey and Yoni will one day make the breakthrough as well. So will Jero Kwanzaa into the full lineup. And we know Curtis Jones is on the periphery there or thereabouts on breaking into that squad as well. So we wish them the best. It'll be interesting to see how Tomas Tuchel, a great tournament manager, winning the Champions League with Chelsea, for example, the Club World Championship. He's a great tournament manager. He's high profile, high caliber, and he got him on a wage cut as well, right? So that'll be interesting to see how he performs for the three lines on the shirt. Let's see what kind of football he plays there. He usually played three at the back at Chelsea, right? But he's very versatile. He can adapt with a four at the back, with a three at the back, with a 3, 4, or 5 in midfield as well. Tomas Tuchel, probably the best choice England could have made at this time. Opportune chance to get him in front of Lee Carsley, who will probably go back to the under-21s duty, which is Jero Kwanzaa's team. So yeah, looking forward to that. Wataru Endo, Man Mountain, and the Biggie, captain Japan, also missed out as well because of illness, apparently. So Al Tanaka replaced him now. Japan and Australia finished 1-1, but this was a story of the own goals. Cameron Burgess scored an own goal for Japan. He scored against Australia in the 76th minute, and Shogo Taniguchi, 58th minute own goal to give Australia the initial lead as well. So a match of own goals, finished 1-1, third round in the Group C, 1-1. But Japan are well on their way as well. And if anything was going to break the deadlock, it would have to be some kind of clumsy own goals, because the Socceroos, Australia, literally parked the bus. They could not match the intensity, the tempo, the firepower of Japan, and surprisingly, they parked the bus, smash and grab, got a point, off they go. And this is on the back of Japan beating Saudi Arabia 2-0. Daichi Kamada and Koki Ogawa scoring for a comprehensive victory. Pretty simple 2-0 away victory in Jeddah as well. So that was a good win for Japan. So they're well on their way to qualifying and doing good things as well. And we know about Greece's victory over England. My goodness, what was Lee Carsley playing at? You have Ollie Watkins, you have Dom Solanke, and you play Foden and Bellingham up front. What up with that? Doesn't send good signs to England's number 9s. It's Harry Kane or no one. Especially because Dom Solanke and Ollie Watkins can do good things. They can run the channels. They can cause havoc and can score goals as well. But hey-ho, Tomas Tuchel is in. Let's see what Tomas Tuchel does with his squad. Who is he likely to favour and play? I think Foden needs to be dropped. Foden's never turned it on for England, to be honest. And yeah, Cole Palmer should be the main man with Jude Bellingham in that lineup, surely, right? You play Bukayo Saka, you play Anthony Gordon, you play Eberechi Eze, right? All the young guns on the wing contributing and joining and linking with attack as well, built around Cole Palmer and Jude Bellingham. That'd be really interesting to see. Could you even play a Christmas tree formation? Your lone 9 up front, Cole Palmer, Bellingham behind him, a central defensive midfielder pivot with either side of him tucking in Bukayo Saka. Perhaps Eberechi Eze, perhaps. That'd be nice to see. Anyway, over to you, Tuchel. Now, we are hoping Alexis McAllister proves his fitness before the crucial Chelsea match because we're going to need him to control the tempo and dictate against that stacked midfield, against Enzo Fernandez, his countryman, against Moise Caicedo, right? Against Alavia, we're going to need his grit, his determination, his ball control and balling skills as well. Speaking of which, Dominic Szoboszlai, that's where the picture comes in from the thumbnail. That's hilarious. Cody Gakpo goes, all right, mate, no worries. You've run the distance. Go home and rest up now. And speaking of resting up, Salah got sent home early, and Van Dijk, having got a red card in the match, got sent home early as well, which is music to our ears because they are two crucial players, right? Two players of which we talked about their contract situations. Van Dijk, absolutely irreplaceable, and Mo Salah, you probably don't want to replace him at this stage, but let's see where it comes up to in the coming few weeks, coming few months as well with contract negotiations. I'm sure Hughes and Edwards will be working hard on that. FSG don't really have much say nowadays. It's all down to the footballing infrastructure and members behind the scenes. Hughes, Edwards, maybe even Julian Ward as well. We'll see how that ends up. But all in all, it's going to be a fantastic season because we still have them. Trent, Van Dijk and Salah are Liverpool players, and they will have a big part to play in the coming fixtures, including the Chelsea match, which I'll be looking to live stream, even though it's a 12:30 kickoff. Doesn't matter. Let's get into it. I've been missing my Liverpool streams, the watch-alongs, the interaction. Make sure to smash a like on this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Lots of great content coming up. Thank you to all the subscribers. I really appreciate you. And back to the international fixtures now, right? Yeah, so it's very, very interesting that we have so many captains. Szoboszlai, Hungary captain as well. Luis Diaz in the leadership group. I think really, when push comes to shove, you need these leaders in your team. Obviously, Wataru Endo, Japan captain, Jarrell Quansah, under 21s captain as well. Connor Bradley, captains, I mentioned at the start of this video. The captains stand up to be counted, lead by example, vocally, and through their style of play as well. And really, I think we have been targeting captains for many, many a season. I remember when we targeted Samuel Sabrosa, for example, right? He was captain of Benfica at the time. I'm pretty sure he was. That's a name for the ages, right? Are we going to sign Conor Plianka or sign Marco Rosa? Those days where we had no wingers. But now we had Sadio Mane, we got Federico Chiesa, brilliant one through the door, Mo Salah, Lucho Diaz. We can't complain about wingers anymore. And Cody Gakpo is an absolute fire. And he's a cheeky chappy that jokes with the lads. And he got a bromance with Curtis Jones as well. So it's good to see that we've got so many internationals. And I think necessary evil, as I mentioned before in a previous video, because you sign players like Lucho Diaz knowing that they can go home with their mates, with their culture, with their family, celebrate, the South American flair. McAllister as well, very patriotic, loves playing with Argentina, obviously, because they won the World Cup. He was the best midfielder. Got into the team, never left the team. Yeah. And it was fantastic to see Ibou Konate stand up, and he's the next captain in line. He captained France on 2 occasions, partnered William Saliba at the back. 2-1 victory over Belgium when Saliba got sent off. Clumsy by Saliba. He would have learned a lot about him and how to expose his weaknesses as well. But Konate was handed the captain's armband. He could be the future Van Dijk. I mentioned in a previous video as well. Watch it if you haven't seen it already. He is the most like for like in terms of attributes, profiles, characteristics, athletic ability, passing range, running through the lines, composure and aura about him. Absolute colossus. A huge weeb who loves Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin anime as well. He is quality. I'm so glad he left the France camp unscathed with the captain's armband, leading by example and doing interviews. He's so well spoken as well. He's a leader of men. We're due to renew his contract, due to renew Lucho Diaz's contract, the next big generation of winners, proven winners at Liverpool who can win the biggest prizes as well. I'm delighted for the man. Him and Van Dijk are still going to be the solid partnership for the ages. They've got absolutely everything. I'm so glad that under Arne Slot's regime, they seem to have overcome their injury woes for now. Diogo Jota, I'm talking about. Ibou Konate, I'm talking about as well. When Elliott gets back, Federico Chiesa should be back. Got a big match against Chelsea coming up. I'll be giving it the big one, the big preview. Thank you everyone for watching the channel and supporting as always. We'll do the tactical preview. Would you prefer the online version or the actual tactical board where I can draw the pens where the player goes as well? Very keen to listen to you guys and be influenced as to the direction of this channel and the media platforms that I actually use to help you guys understand what I'm trying to convey in terms of the tactics and the build-up and the match previews, and any advice for the stream as well. Definitely let me know. I always take all of your comments on board. I reply to all your comments personally as well. I really enjoy it. Unlike a lot of other channels who reply with a one-word answer or a cool or a thank you, I take the time to read all of your comments really closely, and I take the time to really reply with my honest thoughts. And on that vein, I'm going to reply to a comment right now as we speak. So Rubes says, personally, we make less tactical and in-game sacrifices for Virgil van Dijk than we do for Mo or Trent. I can see Van Dijk getting another contract. Trent is great and his passing is amazing, but I'm not sure if he does enough things offensively that Bradley can't do anymore. Bradley, a wonder kid waiting in the wings, probably the highest potential young right back in world football alongside Michael Coyote, right? Is he at Fiorentina? I think he's at Fiorentina. Passing and crossing moves through the centre back and midfield now, while Trent moves into a triangle with Salah. Trent's delivery into the box is still good, but it hasn't felt as lethal as it used to. For the past month or so, Trent has been doing better defensively because Slot has worked on him one-to-one, showing him clips of where he can improve in defensive positioning while still giving him time and freedom to enact his offensive plays as well. Trent has been doing well, but is he really operating at the paying what everyone's level this season? It's a tough one to say, really. Once again, you're paying for his ability, his attributes, what he may be doing in the future. Current form and current ability? Well, current ability is what it is, right? I don't think he's going to gain any more ability except for maybe defensive discipline and positioning and structure and leadership in that regard. But you're paying for the opportunity to use Trent and build a squad and tactical formations for future years of success with Trent as an asset, with his attributes in the squad, because Liverpool with Trent Alexander-Arnold have different tactical options than the Liverpool without Trent Alexander-Arnold. Whereas if you have Trent and Conor Bradley, then the world's your oyster in terms of tactical flexibility and options and rotation as well. Without Trent, obviously you have Conor Bradley. He should come in straight away, like for like, a fantastic player, definitely capable of playing first team for years to come, but you need a secondary option now. It's Joe Gomez for now and Calvin Ramsey, but it changed the state of play and how Arne Slot would mold the slot machine. But a very interesting conundrum and lots of good points here. I will actually write out the reply very, very soon, but let's carry on reading this comment. It's a very well thought out comment by Rubes. So his off the ball running is elite. And we're talking about Mo, another interesting example, definition of class over form. His output comes from the fact that attacking moves mainly go through him predominantly because the system is set up to allow him into inverted half space. But his decision making or passing right now, he doesn't have as much faith in Salah at the moment. And that's the thing. He's always been hot and cold in his decision making. But push comes to shove in the biggest matches, he's the one that scores the goals that bails out. We're talking Champions League final, converting the penalty. We're talking against Chelsea, where he loves to score against Chelsea. I'm hoping he can do it. Fantasy football, not sure if I should captain him or not. I have to look at the fixtures. He's an output monster, but he doesn't feel truly efficient. Now, that's an interesting conundrum because you put your play through him, you give him a chance again and again, and ultimately, if he converts one or two, you're hoping the back line can see it through with a clean sheet. But I completely understand the sentiment here. If Mo or Trent left, we'd have to try and improve immensely in other areas because, sure, we have to make up for the lack of attributes that we lose when we lose them. But I think other players can step up. But once again, it's a evolution of the system because they're very, very unique players and they're legends at the club. We hope they stay, but it's a tough situation. And Jack O'Lantern said, well said, these two play better and differently instead of defaulting to Salah in the attack every single time. Which is true, but it's Slot's decision on how he wants to focus the point of attack, the focal point of the attack. And let's see how we do, because this season we do have them. So let's concentrate on that for now. But beautiful comments. And I'd love to keep interacting with you guys in every video. Let me know if you want me to highlight a comment every video and explain my thought processes behind my reply. And I'm going to write up the reply post this video as well. But Mamashvili looked good on international duty as well. We've got so many internationals that can only be a good thing. I know that people are fighting against FIFA at the moment due to fixture congestion and all that good stuff. But I think international fixtures is necessary evil because without international fixtures and the managers being able to train the players and seeing which players work together in what systems and building the chemistry, you're going to get a very boring Euros and a very boring World Cups, even more than they already are, because everyone would have to resort to defensive shape, defensive discipline, and playing on the counter-attack instead of working the patterns of plays and see if you can really play exciting football, because you do need dedicated training, right, to make the most out of the squad. I know Tuchel fell out with the board over transfers, but he won't have that issue, and he can pick his own squad of players, so I think he will do well for England. They probably will win something this generation with Tuchel, in my opinion, because he is that good of a manager, even if he's German. But hey, Germans, nothing wrong with them either. Jurgen Klopp, one of our favourite Germans of all time, right? And we've got lots of Germans in our past as well. So, smash a like on this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this content. That was an international fixture roundup as well. I know a lot of other youngsters played like Owen Beck and Kumas for Wales as well. But yeah, looking forward to getting back to Liverpool, all things Liverpool, up the Reds. This piece of kit is actually skin tight, but in my LFC bag, I do like the black and green combination. I've hosted lots and lots of pieces of kit. So, as always, let's whip open the piece of kit. Hope we can get to 8,000 subscribers relatively soon. It's been quite a quiet month, October really, but hopefully the views come back on board. I heard it's been quite across the board really, obviously with international break and all that, hence why this video. But what have we got? It's black. Okay, this one, by the way, is super rare, super rare. New Balance. This is the official International Academy training top. If you are a Liverpool youth prospect in the international training camps, I don't know how I got hold of this goodie. It's small size, so it might be a bit tight on me. This is the official International Academy training top when you go to those trials and matches for LFC. Now, this player, who knows who this player was and who used to own this, could have played for Liverpool. He might not have made it. He might be playing professional football elsewhere. But it's mine now. Official International Academy. This was expensive. It's like 8,000 yen, nearly 40 quid or so. But I should be playing for Liverpool. So let's get on. International Academy. Okay, these are made differently. These are proper stretchy material. But they should be, right? Because these are the future prospects of Liverpool from Japan, from Malaysia, from Thailand, from Indonesia, from Argentina, from Brazil, wherever it may end up. Might be from France. I don't know. Where are Liverpool academies? Hey ho, I'm the next prospect. Until next time, Miyazaki man, Ichiban prospect, the best prospect. Janet means ciao. Ciao, slot. Sign me up on trial.
Liverpool fan in Japan.